So I'm just going to jump right into my updated review on the radmini step through e-bike from radpowerbikes.com. I have been loving this bike so far. It's been doing great for me. I previously had the Rad Wagon, which to me did not really suit my needs, and I had more issues with it. If you're interested, I have a previous video on that. But anyways, getting right to this bike, I'm getting right into one of the problems I have with this bike though. Although I have few problems with it, this is one of the most annoyances with this bike is, as you can see, I'm trying to remove the axle nut, but the bar that's protecting the derailleur is in the way. I can move it, but it's like really hard. So you don't have much wiggle room to remove the axle nut. You could, of course, take off the bar that's protecting the derailleur. However, the little like nuts and bolts things here, they warp really easy. So I was having a problem with that, and they're kind of hard to get out now. So I'm like too nervous to do it myself. I feel like I'll end up warping them too much, and then I'll never be able to get this bar off. This is the back wheel, by the way. Now, the other side of the wheel, it's really easy to get the axle nut off. At first, it wasn't because it was pretty tight, but once you get used to it, it's easy to get the other side off. This side is just such a problem. Probably not much of a problem for people with more strength or better tools than I have. Oh, these are the new tires I got. Turns out I needed new tires, and if you're curious, the brand of tires that they used are the Kenda. They are the same size. I can't remember if they're the same kind of brand or not that Rad Power Bikes uses. This was just what my shop had, and it was quicker than ordering it online. And around the same price point too. I think I paid $30 for each tire. And this is the new tire. You can see the fresh tread on it. I did use it, so it's a little bit dirty. These are the old tires. Now, what's interesting with these is the green. Now, that's the back tire, and you can see it's considerably worn, way more than the front tire is. I think that's due to the majority of the weight that I carry on the bike being on the back of the wheel, because I put most of my groceries or heavy things on the back basket. And then also there's suspension in the front, so I just imagine that's why. Now, I don't know why it's picked up green paint, but whatever. It's been worn for quite a while, and if you're curious, I have gotten 3,090 miles, so that's how far I was able to make these tires last. Maybe pushed a bit too far, especially on the back tire, but I actually had no problem with the tires skidding or anything, really. So this is the back tire tube. As you can see, I had two patches on it. The reason for that is because one wasn't enough for that particular hole. It was, I think it was from a screw or something. It was pretty big, but the patches lasted a pretty good while. So I'm happy with that. Since it was the back tire, I could have probably patched it again, but I thought, no, I'm just going to go ahead and get new tire tubes. So I just went ahead and done that. I will say I do recommend this e-bike. If you're looking around for an e-bike, this one's pretty good. The step through radmini, I love it. That's just how far I've gone. Anyways, but I do like it really well. The only hiccups I've really had or changing the back tire tube is really hard for me because of the axle nut is really in a tight space because of that protector. And then also the front wheel, by the way, is no problem. That's really easy to get off. You do have to adjust the brakes a lot, and that's kind of annoying. And when I say a lot, I mean like every week, every other week, depending on, well, if you ride it every day, like I do, you're just going to have to adjust the brakes a lot, which isn't a pain. It's kind of annoying. The brakes also do squeak very loudly if they get water on them, moisture from like rain or whatever, they squeak until they're dry, which is annoying. Silver lining though, cars will definitely hear you coming if those brakes are wet, but they do still work really well. I will say that those brakes, they work well even when they are wet. They're just like this kind of loud squeak honking noise. And of course, this bike also folds up, and that's a pretty cool feature. I've not really used that feature, but it's cool. This bike for the price point, I think it's around $2,000. It's a really good e-bike to get. There's only a couple little annoyances really. Really just the brake adjustment and trying to get that back wheel off. It's only been the problems I've had with this bike. I really do enjoy riding this bike. It's really fun. Keep in mind, e-bikes are heavy. That's a thing you should just automatically keep in mind. If you get a flat on an e-bike, it's kind of annoying to deal with. You're going to have to fix it right there, or you're going to have a car to put it in. You're not really going to be able to carry it and walk a long way. This bike, though, it will fit in pretty much most cars, though, because it folds up. So thanks for Oh dang, one more thing I really want to point out there that's really important with these bikes. Do not bike under 32-degree weather if it's gonna be like black ice out there, because dude, if you don't see that and you ride over it, you best believe that bike will throw you off. Of course, that's not the fault of the bike. That's the fault of me riding on ice in the road without thinking about it. And with those kind of tires, it just, you slide. So just try to be safe out there. Also, side note, this bike, I've been able to keep it outside in the cold weather. Now I don't keep it out under, like I try not to keep it out under the 30s. But it's lasted pretty well whole winter and battery still works great. Ooh, also last thing, while you're at biking, you can actually charge your phone or tablet right underneath the screen right there. You just plug it right in. I thought that feature was pretty cool. Anyways, if you have any questions about this particular bike, or biking in general or whatever, just ask me in the comment section below. Sorry, this video is a little here and there. I'm kind of scatterbrained when it comes to it, but yeah, I love this bike and Rad Power Bikes is awesome. That's it. Bye.